I'm Philip Duncan with your Anzac Weekend forecast and the outlook for next week as well as we approach the month of May, already the 5th month of the year. Let's kick off with the animated wind map, and we've got a little bit of low pressure just off to the northeast that brought for a gloomy day around the upper North Island yesterday. Now it's clearing away and you've got the complete opposite, absolutely beautiful clear skies coming in. There's a fair bit of high pressure parked out to the northwest, and in fact Australia smothered with high pressure at the moment. Very dry, other than Adelaide, which has had a little bit of wet weather. Look at all the westerlies coming through. That is what is going to surge up and down around the country over the next week, mostly around the South Island and up to about Cook Strait. North of that, it certainly doesn't look quite so windy. Look at this rainfall map. This is covering right through until Wednesday of next week. As you can see, the North Island looks mostly dry. This wet weather just in the very northeast, mostly from that low that's just passed through and is already clearing away. The dark blue and the green, that's just a couple of showers. Not much in that at all. So the real rain over the next sort of 5 days is mostly down around Fiordland and Southwestland, but also Southland will get some of that weather, wet weather as well. Now the temperatures, here's the positive spin I'm putting on all of this. While it's drier than average, which isn't helpful if you're in drought, it is fantastic if you're stuck at home, which many of us are. So you've got this warmer trend coming through at the weekend with these new westerlies that are about to return or push back in again. And so that pushes temperatures up. The areas in red, 4 to 8 degrees above normal. And in fact, at times, I think some places are going to get up towards the mid-20s. The 22 degrees is forecast in a number of areas. Says 20, that's just the airports. But you go a little bit further in, you add a couple more degrees to that. And you get the nor'wester and the sun at the same time. 24, 25 might happen in some eastern areas. So this is Saturday's setup. High pressure to the north, pushing back against those westerly winds that are trying to surge up the country. So Saturday does see windier weather around New Zealand. You can see the showers along there, and you can certainly see all the low pressure, 957 hectopascals, so very stormy stuff. But with the high out in the Tasman, it is keeping a bit of a lid on it as we go through the long weekend. By Sunday, the high is sort of coming into the North Island. Therefore, there's a bit of a change happening in the south. You'll find the winds turn warmer northwesterly on Sunday. Mostly dry, if not completely dry, right across the country. For Monday, the public holiday, we've got rain moving up the west coast, and those windy westerlies we just saw, they're starting to sort of surge in. You can see they're sort of running right over the top of the South Island, whereas the high pressure belt, there's a solid stream of that all the way off pretty much to Madagascar. So with all that high pressure, and then under it all that low pressure, we get this wall of westerlies coming our way. So a surge of rain comes through on the Anzac Monday, and we've got colder winds coming in around Southland as well, and probably gale force winds around Cook Strait. But I'd imagine they're not damaging. They look like they'll just be blustery, but not too damaging. Now into next week, so if we are at alert level 3 next Tuesday, Mother Nature is certainly encouraging people to get outdoors. Although we have to remember, as the Prime Minister says, it's pretty much the same as level 4. Still stay at home if you can. But my positive spin on the weather next week, as we take a look there at Tuesday and Wednesday, the middle part of next week, is the weather is good enough to be at home but outdoors. You don't have to stay inside anymore. You can get out a lot more, get some more sort of jobs done outdoors, go for a walk around the block or go for a walk around the farm depending on where you are, or down onto the beach if you're lucky enough. So the weather is looking pretty good next week to get a bit of vitamin D. After it, probably around next Sunday, Monday into May, that is, that low will be coming in. And by the way, it looks a lot worse than it really is. If you take away the high pressure systems on either side, that low is not very deep. So don't expect a major storm, but there could be some wet weather coming in around May 3rd or 4th. That's all from me. Have a great reflective long weekend. We'll see you again on Tuesday.